Hello and welcome to another episode of Punto How To. The weather is closing in on us and the winter is truly upon us here in the UK, which means dark nights, it means cold weather and condensation, and it also means high electrical loads from headlights, from heaters and everything else in the car that keeps you comfortable during these cold long nights. What this does mean, however, if you've got a weak battery on your car, it will very quickly give up, or in this case, as you've seen at the beginning of the video, this weird clicking feature, which is the battery now no longer able to provide enough electrical current to even run the most basic systems on the car. Relays click, dials click, the power fluctuates on and off. So what we need to do is replace the battery. So we're going to open up the bonnet and we're going to take a look at the old battery that's there at the moment. Now I suspect this battery has been on the car since the car was new. If you take a very close look in the top right hand corner of the battery here, you can see a Lancia logo, and if we zoom in a bit closer you can see the Fiat logo as well, suggesting this was the original factory fitted battery. With modern cars comes modern technology, and in this case we have stop start on this car, which requires a special battery, an EFB battery in this case, which stands for Enhanced Flooded Battery. This makes the battery more durable at cycling on and off during stop starts in traffic. This particular battery was difficult to track down, possibly because of the coronavirus restrictions making it harder to get batteries and things in and out of the country, but I managed to find this one on Amazon of all places rather than having to go to a car parts store. So now we have the battery, we need to remove the old one. Start by removing the negative terminal from the battery first. This means that if you accidentally connect a spanner with the body of the car whilst removing the positive terminal, you're not going to create a circuit between the positive and negative terminals. Next, we undo the positive terminal and we remove that from the battery as well. On this particular car they are both a 10mm spanner, or in this case I'm using a 10mm socket to remove the connectors from the battery. And as you can see, it's been in here a very long time, it's quite badly corroded. Once you have removed both terminals, I then remove the strap that actually holds the battery down. Now this is a 13mm spanner on the nut that holds this strap in place. And once you've removed that strap, you can quite simply just lift the battery out of the car. Be careful doing this, batteries are very heavy, so be careful with your back and be careful with the way you lift it. Also be careful not to spill anything from the battery on yourself, because obviously these contain acid. With the new battery removed from the box, you have to remove this little vent plug which stops the acid from spilling out whilst the battery is in transit, but it does also let the gases out of the battery when it is charging. This battery's got handles which makes it much easier to lift back into the car, and installing the battery back into the car is the exact reverse of removing the old battery. You've got two little caps that protect the positive and negative terminals, so you can make sure that you get the battery the correct way round. Just remove them and then carefully pull the wiring back into place and reconnect the battery terminals back up. Also, the battery needs to be held down securely, so put the strap over the battery and secure that in place also. As I said, it's much the same as disconnecting the battery, so you just reattach the terminals and then with your spanner just tighten the terminals up so that they're not loose and so that they won't come undone. The entire job takes all of about 10 to 15 minutes, and because I've done this myself, I've saved quite a lot of money on getting somebody like a breakdown service to supply a battery. They can charge you quite a few £100 for a battery depending on the car make and model. In this particular instance, when I was looking around for batteries, some of the batteries for this Fiat Punto cost as much as £400. The battery I've got here was actually a very good deal at just £100, and the brand itself, Yuasa, is a very reputable brand and supplies good batteries. Now everything is connected, we just simply start her up, and as you can see there was absolutely no problems there, it started straight away. Obviously once you've done this you will need to reset things like the clock on the car, and then drive for a little while for the engine to reset the ECU and get everything back nicely in tune. It really is as simple as that to replace the battery yourself. The first Monday after Christmas and New Year is dubbed Flat Battery Monday, as everyone's car has been sitting around for weeks not being used, but with coronavirus as well, you're even more likely this year to have many a dead battery when you try and set off to work on that Monday morning. In the past, we have covered on video how to look after your battery and charge it correctly, so if you haven't seen that, then we will pop a link to that at the top of the screen now, but also will be down in the video description as well. Hopefully you found this video useful. If you have, please give us a thumbs up. Also, if you've got any questions or comments, leave them in the comments section below. If you have not already done so, don't forget to subscribe, and then you will know exactly when we bring out our newest and latest videos. But for now, thank you for watching, and we'll see you with more great content in 2021.